Okay, let's see if this one will come up a treat. Ooh, it's something I had today. Nice, cheap little treat. Tastes really nice. See how big we're going to make it. It's going to be a little bit greasy on the side, which is not touching the glass. Yeah, it's something I ate. So we're going to make it 350 that way, 350 this way. Okay, that's that. Now we're just going to set this silly Konica Minolta shitter up. I wonder if we're going to give it a background colour. Maybe we're going to make it, hang on, we're not going to the background colour yet. So we're just going to make it a bit contrasty, copy density. Going to lighten it a bit, or we're going all the way light. Saturation, sharpness, colour balance. Background colour. Going to see what background colour we'll give it blue for this one, for something different. Let's see how we go with it. Right, what have we got? We got here Pringles. So it's a lid off a stacked chips canister. I'm probably going to do the canister in another demo, but this demo we're just concerning ourselves with the lid. So let's see how we go. So this was, of course, not found on the ground this time. This is not someone else's litter. This is just some of my refuse that I thought I'd take home with me and do a demo with. I think these were on special at Woolworths, so it was nice to get them at a cheap price because I've got quite a tight budget. I'm not rich, and that looks really good. I really like that. It really looks good. That looks really brilliant. I'm happy overall with that. So now we're just going to throw this into our rubbish pile. We're going to throw that in the bin. So we're just going to take this. We're going to make this into a lovely 4-way mirror image. So I'm thinking that's a nice little sparkly bit up there that they've added to the picture. And you can see there is a border of blue along the edge. So we have to try, maybe we're going to leave it like that because I'm thinking this is going to be the centerpiece. So we're just going to turn it up this way, I think. Which way we're going to put to? We're going to put it this way, and I think we're going to enlarge it slightly so we can get these borders a bit closer to the edge. So we're just going to... Oh shit, folks. I just spent too much gas bagging and I've lost my settings, but we're going to do this differently. We're going to have to make tweaks to it anyway, so sorry folks, I have to set this fucking equipment up. So we're just going to make a small enlargement for the borders going this way. So we're going to make it 103 that way and 103 this way. I think hopefully that'll work. And we're just gonna set this silly thing pretty much how we're gonna set it. We're gonna go here, and we're just gonna, so our contrast is gonna be, do we want it that strong? No, we're gonna leave it in the middle. Copy density is gonna stay the same, so we may not have to set up too much of this shit. And we're just going to set the colour balance as usual on the dark settings. Right, let's see how we go. So this will be our master copy to make the mirror image. So let's see how that looks. See if we've improved on it. So we have here So this is the part that's going to the centre. Unfortunately, that sparky bit doesn't look too sparky, but the rest of it looks nice. I'm wondering if we're going to just take out some of the background so that little sparky bit comes up bright, but that looks good. I think we've still got a little bit of the border there. I'm wondering if we're going to just enlarge it a little bit bigger to get rid of it. So now we're just going to make the vertical slightly larger enlargement. So we're going with our usual stock standard size of 104. That'll get rid of that little smidge of blue and that whatever. I don't think I pointed the camera at it properly. Sorry, folks. So now we're just going to go in here and we're going to remove some of that background. So we're not going to go all the way with it, but we just tweak that up, make that look better. So we're just a little bit of minor adjustments here to make this look a lot better. So let's see how that looks. That looks a lot better. I can see now that sparkle looks a lot more sparkly than it was, as you can see, in that dull looking grey. It's not perfectly white, but it's close enough. We don't want to get too carried away with it because we don't want to basically ruin the rest of it. So what happens is when you make one adjustment, you often fix the problem that you're trying to fix, the target problem, and then you find that all the other areas that are not the target often get adversely affected. So it's a bit of a toss-up, it's a bit of a double-edged sword sometimes trying to adjust things, but you do your best to make it as good as possible, because these machines do have severe limitations even though they've got plenty of U-Butte features that you can play with. Not that these features are any good to the average punter who just uses it in an office or at a library or in a university or school, wherever you find these fucking equipments normally, where people just don't have any sense of play. They just want to get the job done. And these features can actually, though useful for a person like me, can actually make the machine look more intimidating. And you often get lost in all these features on these Konica Minolta devices using that. This user interface is absolute rubbish. It's really hard to find things if you're not used to it, and when you sometimes accidentally press a button and the scroll just goes across, you lose your footing. So it's quite annoying sometimes having all these features, but for a person like me, they're a lot of fun. They're an adventure. So, but I know that most people don't share my passion for photocopier equipment and how they can be used creatively. There's not many of us around, but basically, yeah, there are some toner heads around. There are toner heads, but basically most people are not toner heads, and even the toner heads don't use these features very often. I haven't seen any other toner heads lately tweaking their equipment. I've never seen any YouTube videos. That would be the place to go to find a lot of toner heads, but most of them basically just demonstrate the machine like in a normal way, but that sparky bit looks good in the centre, so I think now we can call that quits. Whoops, I just touched the wrong, bit clumsy here, sorry folks.